Thanks for joining me once again for Tarot Tuesday by Third Eye of Providence. All of the support is so appreciated. Everybody who likes and leaves comments, I really can't express my gratitude enough that these messages are resonating with people. So thank you for your feedback. And if this is the first time you're joining me on the channel here, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. That way, every week you can get a notification when I share new content. This week, I've done collective messages for my Sun, Moon, and Rising zodiac signs, and this is the message for my Capricorn family. I have pulled cards for you from the Twin Tarot, the Oracle of the Seven Energies, the Power of Love activations, and the Sacred Geometry activations. So let's get into the reading. So for my Capricorns, in the Tarot, you have the dark aspect of the Hanged Man. Interesting. Ooh, look at all the money falling out of his pocket. And he is not happy about it. So the Oracle of the Seven Energies card says number 31, the Call of the Muse. Oh, look at the similarity in the positions of these two people. I see very easily a dance here. Okay, so from the Power of Love activation, you have humility. It says, you have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are the same, but on different paths. And from the Sacred Geometry activation, you have number 35, perception. It says, the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Oh, that is what the energy of the Hanged Man is. It's about shifting your perspective, right? Like in the traditional tarot, the Hanged Man, it's kind of voluntarily or by spirit that he has put himself hanging upside down from the tree so that he can change the way he sees things and get a higher perspective from it. AKA all the blood rushing to your head makes you start to have these like profound realizations. And that's what I'm getting, that these two cards are connected through that way. And that when you do that, it brings this energy of humility. I'm not sure what the energy of the Call of the Muse is about, but let's see. Let's get into the reading. So the dark aspect of the Hanged Man from the Twin Tarot, it says, hanged and feeling powerless is not my usual style. I'll trust that in the long run it proves to be worthwhile. Interesting. I know for my Capricorns that is not something that they're very comfortable with doing. It says that this is an energy card representative of immobility, frustration, impatience, indecisions, powerlessness, and the sacrificial lamb. It says the character in this card has not chosen to hang upside down and is barely able to move. He has been forced into this position, hanged, and he is filled with an overwhelming sense of frustration and powerlessness. You may have chosen this card because you're feeling thwarted by the actions or non-actions of yourself or others or both. If so, the Hanged One is a reminder that this need not be a permanent state of affairs. Cease flailing and consider that in your present position, you have the time and the ability to look at yourself and your life from a different perspective. In doing so, you could gain profound new insights about how things have come to be as they are, and how you might proceed in the future to improve them. You may also have chosen this card because you have a clear long-term goal, but it seems that its achievement necessitates other sacrifices in your life, or of your time, your money, your social life, or something else that you value and hold dear. If so, the Hanged One asks you to take the time to become clear about your priorities, accepting that compromise and sacrifice are part of life and should be embraced with grace. There is an inherent paradox in this card's most fundamental message. When calmly acknowledging your powerlessness, it is then that you gain your power. Grace. That is exactly what grace is. The key phrases of this card are feeling lonely and uncomfortable, being frustrated by waiting and indecision, potential new realizations but gained uncomfortably, and short term pain for long term gain. Fascinating. So, what I'm so curious about this Call of the Muse card, number 31. Let's see. What is calling my Capricorns? It says the key energies represented by this card are creative expression, being in the flow of creativity, tuning into inspiration, allowing creativity without being self conscious, and writing and journaling as a mean of connections. It says when you feel the call of the muse, you're being invited to create, to be the artist choreographing your life, serving on behalf of the great artist, divine source. While the process feels intensely personal, your ego and self identification are ironically the most unnecessary parts of the equation. While you might think your own Well, you might think you own the magic of your creativity. Can you truly say that you're the source of the inspiration? Similar to the spirit of genius from card number 29, imagine your creativity stemming from another spirit guide, the muse. Just as the genius needs to partner with your intellect, so too does the muse need you to open your heart and let magic flow through your intuition and emotions. Stop seeing yourself as the center of the process and instead see yourself as a partner in a creative dance. Sometimes you might be inside the music and the feelings, the story and its expression. Other times you observe from the sideline, watching it all flow from an unknown yet deeply intimate source. Today, your muse is calling you to be a channel and to allow the creative energy to flow through you. The energy of emotion is waiting to be given a voice, a name, a shape, or a color. Journal, finish that writing project, and start something new. Paint, sing, and dance. And don't worry where any of it lands. It has its own plans for you. Your muse knows where this is all meant to go. For you, the big magic is in the experience of answering the call. Wow. Okay, I do kind of see how they're connected now. Like you've been put in this position, this immobility, this stagnation, because it's like a slingshot effect, right? The muse is calling to you so that you're being pulled back so then you can release rapidly. Hopefully, you understand the imagery that I'm trying to give you here. That's how I see it. The energy of it to me seems that there is something holding you back, frustrating you, making you feel powerless, and then suddenly you feel inspired and you can create. Let's see what the energy of humility has to share with my Capricorns. It says, remember to acknowledge that no one is lesser or greater than you. Only some employ the tools of love, compassion, and acceptance to a lesser or greater extent. Humility is one of life's most estimable qualities. Accepting others as fellow souls who only desire love and understanding and encouragement is the highest achievement of all. Learn to not compare yourself to others, because you never really know what personal trials and obstacles they face. A humble soul does not come from a space of fear, but attempts to take chances on new ideas and experiences for the benefit of all. Ever grateful for today and enthusiastic about what tomorrow may bring, they naturally exhibit compassion and charity, deriving true joy from giving rather than receiving. When you live without self importance and pride, you find it easy to practice kindness. Life doesn't revolve around only what you can do to succeed, but what you can do to help those on your path. With a humble spirit, you never need to compare yourself to others because you realize that it is our inherent uniqueness that teaches us about the world in which we live Everyone has a purpose for being. Yes, this is helping you shift your perspective. Oh, and the call of the muse talked about letting go of your ego and how people perceive the things that you're creating, and humility. And also, I feel like if you are struggling with feelings of humility when it comes to the powerlessness of others, to journal about it. Get your frustrations out that way. Don't take it out on this person. They already feel helpless enough. The last thing they need is somebody, a Capricorn, ramming up against them. So, number 35, perception. It says, perception can be described as the interpretation of that which has entered into our awareness. It says, upon first glance, the perception activation presents what seems to be chaos in motion. But when we take a deeper look, we find perfect alignment and synchronicity between the different aspects. We find balance and harmony. The sharp blades of clear perception cut through the layers of illusion that cover the space between the world of spirit and the world of matter. Together, the blades are neither round nor square, indicating that they are effective in both worlds. Conceptually, circles stand for everything and nothing at all, balance and infinity, purity and freedom. Within this image, they also represent our connection to a larger universe, and that many planets that revolve around the realities exist beyond our own. We think we have a clear perception of the reality that lies beyond the blades, but we discover that the waters of our emotional and physical world are mirrored perfectly by the sky, our spiritual nature. They are exactly the same, as above, so below. The square border represents the form-based reality of our earthbound life, while the lights on the corners remind us of our ability to reach far beyond these illusionary three-dimensional boundaries at any time we choose. When combined with awareness, skill, and precision, these perception blades can cut through illusions that otherwise keep us locked in place. The energy of perception reminds us, Capricorns, that the concept itself is biased. Our consciousness determines our perception, and there is no absolute truth in what we perceive. There are always more layers to uncover, more insights to be revealed, and the blades of clarity cut through the illusion and expand our perception of reality, revealing a path toward harmony and peace in our inner world and in the world around us. Ooh, I just got a big download about that. Capricorns. This has to do with your Saturn transits that are happening currently, and my Capricorns must be feeling the stagnation of Capricorn. The Saturnian energy is about to be released, and you are going to start to feel the expansion of Jupiter. This has a very deep message regarding the grand conjunction on the 21st of December and coming into this